Today we're going to talk about converting radians to degrees, degrees to radians, vice versa. Just a quick review of this. So for 1 through 4, we are converting from degrees to radians. Conversion for that is going to be pi divided by 180. We need to use our fraction rules to do this. So first thing, we're going to make that 30 degrees a fraction, and we're going to multiply by this fraction. Now we know pi needs to go on the top for this one, because we want fractions of pi when we get radians. So what we end up with is 30 degrees times pi over 180 degrees. And what's going to happen with this is this degree symbol is going to cancel, and we just need to figure out what fraction is left over when we go 30 divided by 80. And 30 divided by 80 is 1/6. So what we get here is we get a 1 left on the top that we don't need to write. The degrees go away. We get pi over 6. So 30 degrees, pi over 6. We are going to do the same thing for the rest of these. So 45, we're going to make this a fraction. We know pi goes on the top right here. So we get 45 degrees times pi over 180 degrees. I'm not going to cancel everything out, but 45 divided by 180 is a fourth. So that one's going to give us pi over 4. 315 over 1. Now this one's going to be improper. The top's going to be bigger than the bottom. Pi over 180. So we get 315 pi over 180. And this is what we need to make a fraction. And you're definitely going to want the fraction button on the calculator if you have one. You get 1.75. If you math fraction that, what do we get? It's 7/4. So that means that this gets 7 on the top, a 4 on the bottom, and the pi is along for the ride on the top. So it's 7 pi over 4 in radians. 2/10, same exact process. Does not matter what the angle is, the process is the same. So we're going to get 210 pi over 180 and figure out the fraction for 210. So 210 divided by 180 is 7/6. So we get a 7 on the top with a pi and a 6 on the bottom. That's it. All right, process is very similar when we go radians to degrees, except it's opposite, it's inverse. But this thing is the reciprocal. We want pi to go away in these. We want to get degrees. There's pi stuck in the top of these. That's how we know they're radians for this. We want pi to go away. So if we pick another fraction to multiply by, we want pi in the bottom because it'll cancel. And then we just get, and the degrees come back in here with the 180. 180 divided by 6. And 180 divided by 6 is 30 degrees. And we already knew that because that's the same one we did for number 1 up here. For these other ones that have numbers on top and the bottom, we still do it the same way. Put the pi in here, put the 180, divide this out. 5 times 180 over 6. So 5 times 180, hit enter, then divide by 6, is 150 degrees. Same thing's going to happen down here with our 7 pi over 12. Pi on the bottom, 180 on the top. Cancel, cancel. 7 times 180 over 12. And 7 times 180. Then we divide that by 12. And we get 105 degrees. So that's 105 degrees. Last one. Pi on the bottom, 180 on the top. So we get 11 times 180 divided by 6. So we get 11 times 180 divided by 6 gives us 330 degrees. So 11 pi over 6 converted to degrees is 330 degrees, and that's all there is to it.